I didn't seek out actual treatment. I didn't go to inpatient treatment. I didn't get medicine for my mental illnesses. So I was on it, and then I would get off of it quickly, because I'd still be around the same people, and I would continue to use heroin. It became unmanageable when I went to the ER and found out that I had endocarditis, which is a heart infection. I also had infection in my blood, so I was septic. I was super sick on my deathbed, and they told me I needed a new tricuspid valve. But I could not get the surgery because I wasn't a candidate yet, due to me not wanting to stop using. So I was in and out of the hospital, in and out of the ER. They would admit me for a few days, put like a PICC line in me, which is the way they administer strong medicine. I would use drugs in the hospital, get sick of it after a few days, and leave. At one point, they put me in a nursing home. I was in a nursing home getting the antibiotics to try to make the infection go away. I was there for about 5 weeks. Then I decided to use while I was in there. I administered heroin into my PICC line, which is a catheter, right, that goes straight to your heart, and I immediately OD'd. And then after that, I left, wasn't done using yet. Kept using for a few months, and then I actually came to St. Louis, went to the hospital there, and I had open heart surgery within 4 days of being admitted. So that was really scary. I did it completely alone. My family was more than done with me, sick of everything I put them through. I have an 8-year-old that I haven't really taken care of since he was 2. So my family resents me for that, and I completely understand. But going through all of that alone, I would say is eye-opening, but I went through it again. So, I got discharged after I had open heart surgery, got a new tricuspid valve, which I got cow tissue as the valve. So I would have to get the surgery every 10 to 15 years because I guess it just naturally deteriorates. So I went back out and used, I think, for like 3 weeks. And within that 3 weeks, I developed another infection, another bacteria in my blood and in my heart, and I completely destroyed that new valve. So I went back to the hospital, talked to my surgeon, and he told me he would not give me another one. So I sat in the hospital so sick. I mean, I thought I was sick the first time that I had endocarditis, but the second time was way worse. So for a month and a half, I got antibiotics, praying and hoping that the infection would clear itself, and I guess that my tricuspid valve would be okay. But it didn't. It didn't work. Like I said, my valve was completely destroyed. But I talked to my surgeon again, and I told him, or I asked him rather, if I went to long-term treatment and stayed in sober living for a year, could we work something out? And, within 3 days, I was back on the operating table and got another tricuspid valve. I went weeks thinking I was just going to die, that nobody was going to give me another valve. So, I prayed, and I just came to terms with it, and I asked my higher power, which is God, for me, and I begged, if he would give me another chance, that I would do everything it took, and so far I am. So